Good morning, YouTubers, friends, followers, but mainly subscribers. Thank you all very much for coming on and staying on this channel. But if you're watching this video right now and you've not yet subscribed, why not? It's free. But it's not freedom of speech. Well, people, thank you very much. All the emails have been flooding in, especially in the last 24 hours. It's been fantastic. I've read about 15 this morning already. I know you're probably thinking, really? I actually have. I've been awake since 6. I got up and wore a suit and I was on live with Rise, Sonia Poulton, which I will be making available to you round about 1 p.m. I've just spoke to Nick, who's one of the producers, and it'll be live for you to see. It was a great interview. I'm really pleased. We got on really well, actually. It's the second interview I've done with her. Yeah, I think you're going to be surprised and shocked. There's a lot of stuff coming out. And the channel's growing. I've gained over 2,000 subscribers in the last 3 or 4 days. So stick with it, because we're going to go back and we're going to achieve things. YouTube have made loads of mistakes, and they will be held accountable for them. Let's just say that. Right. People are asking me things to talk about. First of all, Scotland. I don't understand what's going on in Scotland. I don't. First of all, I couldn't get my head around. I couldn't get my head around many years ago when some dickhead in Scotland decided to deep fry a Mars bar, deep fry chocolate bars. I still can't get my head around that. I think it's stupid and disgusting. But there we go. Wow. Now we know there's tension between Scotland, not just Scotland, but the party within Scotland. Not mainly, but the SNP. The SNP don't like the UK. They want to leave. They've got no plan. They make up plans. It's made up by Jimmy Cranky, and they have no idea of how to move forward. They seem to think everything's going to come from the oil rigs. Everything's going to come. The whole country's going to be paid for by that oil rig. They don't realise how much oil's there. They were told many years ago by a geologist what was there, and Nicola Sturgeon decided to say, no, you're wrong, because she's really qualified. Well, the one thing which is shameful is this. The Scottish government have pushed through a law for 16-year-olds to get gender reassignment without parental consent. That's very dangerous. Very dangerous. In fact, what you're going to see now is, first time ever, ministers in London can step in and override that law and say, no. Listen, I don't care what you are. I know there's a woman on here whose son is transgender. Listen, I'm not saying you don't have a right to pick what you want. You can be whoever you want, do it. But you can't force everybody else to believe in what you believe in. You can't do it. And just because we don't believe in what you want doesn't mean to say that we're racist or we're homophobic or we're transgenders or this. It's wrong. What people are doing is be yourself. Be yourself. If you want to go from man to woman, do it. Stay out of their fucking sports. Stay out of their sports. Now, I don't care, because this has never been spoke about and people seem to ignore this. But listen, gender dysphoria, or people that want to go, people that are transgender, people that are born in their own body, I understand it. But if you're getting bits cut off you still, listen, if you die, if you transition from a man to a woman, you have everything cut off, you've breast implants, you've lost. See, when you die, in 1,000-year time, when they dig up your grave, your DNA is going to say male. There's no getting away from it. You can't get away from it. What I do not agree in is men entering women's sports. Men that now classify or identify as women being in a woman's sport. No, if you failed in the fucking men's sport, don't try and... Women have spent fucking... since the year dot doing events, building up records. This woman beat this woman. It's 0.4 seconds. She's a second quicker. And then a fucking man comes in with DNA who's a woman and fucking wins by fucking 4 minutes. It's wrong. It's disgusting. You're destroying women's sport. You're destroying it. Women should be against this. Women do not have safe spaces anymore. And that's because feminists have given up being feminists. There we go. You want equality? How the fuck can women have equality if you're letting men become women? It's not equality. Fucking annoys me sometimes. It's weird. But there we go. You need to start thinking about things and start doing things. But when you speak out about it and you're trying to protect women and you're trying to say, listen, no, I wouldn't want someone identifies as a woman in with my mother in the changing room. I just wouldn't want it. My father would fucking punch him. That's what my father would do. There we go. Right. Donald Trump again, the old president. POTUS 45. They're trying to accuse him now. They want to charge him with inciting riot and hatred about January the 6th. But they want to do that, but they're not giving Donald Trump any of the files of the FBI, any of the files of the Capitol building, any of the CCTV camera footage, any of the reports that were there. They're all locked away for about 20, 25 years. Boom, sealed. So you want to charge him, but you're not to use any of the evidence which would clear him. Wow, America is broken. Completely broken. I was going to tweet this morning about this, but I thought, I'll do it in a video. Because let's look at the world as a whole. In the world as a whole, people are saying Joe Biden's done a good job. People are saying Joe Biden's done a terrible job. There's a mixture there. But everyone is saying Joe Biden is not fit for office. He needs help. He slurs his words. Everyone's saying that. The whole world can see that your president is not fit to be the leader of the free world. But no one can see that. Now, I'm under the impression that Kamala Harris will stand. And she'll have all the Joe Biden supporters support her. So the new president of America could actually be Kamala Harris. We'll see. We'll see. Right. Rail workers. People send me emails about rail workers, about the rail strikes and things. Well, I had a little look into this. I had a look into the rail strikes. Listen to this. I've got it here. Rail union leaders, and they're the ones in charge, but right, rail workers, which I find strange, got inflation busting pay. They've had pay rises for 10 out of the last 13 years. But you've had and big pay rises, but yet they're striking again. Maybe they forgot. And union bosses in Unite, before they had rail strikes, invested large sums of money in National Express coaches. So whenever the rails aren't working, they're still making their buck in their pocket, but they're using their own coaches. Very, very business suave, eh? Right. The Ministry of Justice. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, what? The Ministry of Justice. Who runs these? Civil servants run all the departments in the government. And I honestly think civil servants are a waste of space. They're highly educated, but with no common sense. And that brings me on to my next point. Someone at the Ministry of Justice made a mistake. Not just a clerical error. He didn't have to use tip-backs. Oh, he didn't rip an envelope. No. Tell you what he did. He sent a victim, he sent a victim's personal details to her stalker. What a mistake that is, eh? Imagine, how did you even make that mistake? How do you do that? Because these people don't care. To them it's, Ministry of Justice says it's made a clerical error. A clerical error? You've ruined a woman's life by sending all her details to the guy who's been stalking her for years. Fucking hell. Wow. But there we go. Listen, people. Thank you all for tuning in and listening to me. Thank you to Sonia for having me on. Thank you to Nick for organising it. I do appreciate it. And I will be putting a link to the interview on my community page today, just after 1 p.m. for everyone to watch it. Thanks, guys. Let's keep subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, why not? It's free. But if you had subscribed and you've noticed you've unsubscribed, please check your channel. Thanks very much. Take care and stay safe.